Hey guys, welcome to my first video. Before the actual commentary starts, this is actually a couple of days after I recorded the commentary for the narration of the story that I'm doing. I forgot to mention some things. One of them being, one of them out of maybe three, being that I do not mean to offend any author in any way whenever I read their stories, because I will say some things that will be just, criticism, but maybe I might tend to be way too tired and I might say something I don't mean. And so, yeah, I'm not really mean to anyone. I like pretty much anyone's story. And, yeah, I won't say anything bad about it, just, give criticism if I really need to. Alright, the second thing, I tended to read too fast while I was narrating, because it was during the night and I guess I was way too excited for some reason. So I did read a bit too fast in some parts, and I'm sorry for that in advance. I think I started to get slower because I recorded 3 commentaries of 9 chapters, this one being the first 3 chapters. And yeah, I'm really sorry for that. The third thing is, make sure you click the link in the description to find the story, because it's a necessity. I'm not gonna put it on the background like what's being there. What I'm saying. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, make sure you click on the link for the story. And if you guys do like it, make sure you favorite it and follow the author. It's a very nice story in my opinion, and for me to narrate to you guys, I think you guys are going to enjoy the story. And if you are reading the story ahead of where I am after the video ends, do not spoil it in the comments, please, because I think there will be people that are just going to wait until I post another video of the next 3 chapters I recorded. So yeah, don't be a dick in the comments, and everything will be good. Alright, I think that's all I needed to say. Now let's get to the actual video. Hey everyone, so yeah, welcome to pretty much what I would call fanfiction reading. No, RWBY fanfiction reading. I don't know what to call this series yet, but I did say to you guys, for you guys that are listening, I'm thinking it's my readers from my fanfiction account, because I write RWBY fanfiction. Well, let me introduce myself. Hey everyone, so this is the Darkened Rose, or have many aliases for those that actually do know me in any other place. I'm known as Gamers13 or Wolfie the Gaming Wolf. And well, if you know me in the fanfiction world, I pretty much wrote a bunch of RWBY fanfics, the best one being the Blackening Rose. And for other places, I am pretty much a fucking good PlayStation gamer, and I do YouTube videos, gaming YouTube videos And so I told my readers one day that I would do make a channel basically of all things RWBY fanfiction. And I'm not gonna be what Cody Knight did, because he's interviewing other writers and everything. I'm not that kind of person. I would just go up front and just talk to someone that's what I would think is cool or famous in the web. So I'm just gonna be here just reading aloud some stuff that you guys suggest. And apparently the very first suggestion I get is I'm not saying this is so shitty, but I fucking love the story, but at the same time I don't want to catch up to it, because I'm already caught up to it. But then if I were to read it to you guys, I would have to read almost 247,000 words worth of a story, and I don't think I have the breath to do that in about a week. And it's not even done yet. I would definitely do it, because it is a cool story. So I'm guessing I'm just gonna say fuck it, because it is I am gonna also publish other videos of different stories too. I'm gonna do one shots. I'm gonna do small multi-chapter stories and everything like that, but I'm just thinking this is one of the best stories I ever read. It's fucking long to read all the way. So yeah, enough of me fucking around. I don't know how my voice sounds, so I might just do like a little test. Sometimes you might hear like a snippet of me just like singing like some RWBY music. Because I sometimes test the mic like that just to, you know, see if it's sounding well. And I have the mic volume at the right level. Because I'm using a Blue Yeti, that's why it sounds so perfect. Not perfect, but almost perfect. And I already spent like 3 minutes just talking about myself and what I do and why I'm doing this. Well, not really why, but I just wanted to do it just because my readers wanted me to. Well, some that sent me PMs. A lot of them did. Including that one guy that just said, read this story. Like, it's really nice. I'm just suggesting it. I was thinking like, fuck it. So, yeah, I'm not going to do like some major, totally badass intro and stuff like that. No, I don't want to be too flashy. So, yeah. Shit. No, okay. So, I'm just going to do like a little test right now. You guys should be happy that I'm doing like a little bit of singing to you guys just to test the mic. And I'm not doing it on purpose. I actually mean it because that's the only efficient way, I think. No, that's like the best possible way for me to test my mic. Because I would just be like, hey guys, how's it going and everything. It wouldn't work well. And I'm going to be listening to music so while I'm doing this. But like, you guys won't hear it. Probably I'll put like some music that's like different from the one I heard, from the one I'm listening to while I'm doing it. While I'm reading, so yeah. Oh man. So I'm just gonna do my little test. You could just skip a bit if you could just skip if you don't want to hear me, or if you want to, you know, just like, you know, don't even move the dial on that timeline for YouTube. So yeah, I'm gonna do a little test right now. Shit. Come at me and you'll see I'm more than meets the eye. If you guys know what that song is, then you know you're cool. All right. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I check it right now. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. Oh man. I'm not taking that out. I don't give a shit. Really, I don't. So how long is? Oh, it's not that long. I was thinking it was gonna be really long. Who the fuck asked me? Sup? They're gonna probably be like, what? Alright. Anyways, let me begin the story of A Beacon of Hope in a Castle of Ice. I'm not gonna read the summary. If someone wants me to, I'll read it in the next episode. But for now, I'll just go with everything. I'll read from the author's note all the way down to the end author's note, so you know. Yeah. Alright, anyways, this is A Beacon of Hope in a Castle of Ice by George 10466. 10,466 if you want to get, you know, like grammatically correct and everything. Okay, so I wanted to try my luck at fanfiction. I get compliments about my writing style all the time, and finally built this back of courage to submit this. Gave me all the criticism you guys like. Just please be polite about it. I have no problem working on how I write and improving as time goes on. If you guys want me to continue writing after you read this, that is. So, without further delay, here is my first attempt at RWBY fanfiction. Wow, your first attempt, you're doing so fucking fine. And this was, whoa. Sorry guys. It's a year and 2 months and 18 days since when I started, which was back in September the 6th, 2013. This was published on November the 24th, 2014. So that's really fucking early. That's really fucking recent, in my opinion. So, okay, enough fucking around. Let's do this. All right, chapter 1, A Beacon of Hope. Okay, so this is how it went down. I was at this dust shop. It was called From Dusk Till Dawn. Yeah, it's a very original name. I know. Not sure what went on, but I'm listening to some music, and this guy, about 6 inches to a foot taller than me, comes by and taps me on the shoulder. I turn around and he's just standing there, gesturing me to take off my headphones. Well, they weren't mine. They belonged to the store, you know, on one of those little music setup areas. Okay, let me get back on track. I began to giggle, clearing my throat in an attempt to make my voice sound husky, a little like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I said, Put your hands in the air, now! I can hear Pierre and John laughing across the table to my right. For my impression of Torchwick Scoon. I can't do a good Arnold Schwarzenegger impression, so. To my left, a loud giggle snort erupts from Nora, with a face palming red right next to her. So, I played smooth. I give him a little eyebrow raise and ask, "Are you robbing me?" And after he answers, I give him a super kick down the aisle and he goes collapsing underneath a few dust tables. I give a triumphant smile as I tell the story of how I took out 5 Torchwick thugs with my sweetheart Crescent Rose on my side, eventually granting me a meeting with Glinda Goodwitch and Professor Osmond, and getting enrolled into Beacon Academy. I woke up extremely early this morning and decided to sneak out the room to get a breath of air since Weiss was asleep underneath what she referred to my bed as a terrible threat to life and limb, and Blake was out cold across the room asleep on her bed with Yang snoring up a storm a few feet above. I don't know what I would have done if I didn't bump into Team Juniper taking an early morning jog. I should probably make Weiss and Blake jog with Yang sometime. I reach into my black jogging pants and pull out my phone, spotting that it's been about I just put Ben in there for no reason. That it's about 15 minutes until the rest of my team wakes up, and more importantly, it was 75 minutes until breakfast. Wow, RWBY, you're very specific. Okay, I need to start heading back to the room. Everyone else will be up soon, and I still need to get my uniform on. Plus, I don't think Goodwitch will be happy seeing me in the cafeteria with Team Juniper after the food fight incident that happened yesterday. I give a weak chuckle and begin scratching the back of my head. Goodwitch gave all of us a stern scolding after Professor Osmond turned his back and went back to his office, and I could still feel my ears ringing from it all. Well, I hope to see you again soon, RWBY, and thank you for the wonderful story to pass the time, Pierre said with the soothing enthusiasm she naturally possesses. I wonder if John will ever ask her out, I think to myself, seeing the short-haired blonde and the fiery redhead begin a conversation as I make my exit. Nice thinking, RWBY. It takes me 10 minutes to walk back to the dorm room and get inside without making any noise, aside from the zippy sound of my key entering the keyhole to unlock the door. As I close the door behind me, I can hear the shower running and gaze about to see a lack of blonde hair on the set of beds opposite the room to mine. Guess Yang is already in the shower. I decide to go to my bed and lay down until Yang gets out. It won't be anytime soon, considering Yang takes a decade to dry up her hair. I mean, it's a lot of hair anyways. I walk over towards Weiss's bed, getting ready to hop up into mine, but with 5 minutes left until the alarm clock wakes up the W and B of the team, I decide it's not worth climbing up onto the bed and trying to be idle for 5 minutes. Instead, I look down at Weiss, the petite form laying on her back with a smooth white sheet covering up the nightgown that kept the heiress's body embraced. The sweet, innocent face and flawless flesh of the snow-haired heiress always made my heart melt. It took me halfway through the first semester to realize I had feelings for the always scolding Ice Queen, and it took me another quarter of the semester to realize those feelings were much, much, much more than friendship. Yes. I dropped down to a knee, trying to get a closer look at my sleeping crush. Those small, sweet lips pursed in the perfect O shape teases me to no end. No, they beg me to lean in and kiss them. I can suddenly feel my heart pounding with my red tank top. I want to kiss Weiss. I want to confess my feelings to her. Even yesterday during the food fight, I felt a stake go through my heart when Weiss flew through the air and into one of the pillars in the cafeteria, courtesy of Nora's melon hammer. But what if she rejects me? What if she doesn't like me? Or doesn't like girls in general? Wait, she can't reject me if she's asleep. She won't mind. I mean, she can't mind if she doesn't know about it, right? Oh, but if she wakes up, she'll never forgive me. I continue arguing with myself, finally deciding I will go through my plan. I begin to lean in, my eyes half open and my lips pursing together to meet Weiss's. The cold breath Weiss exhales brushes over my lips, making me pause and shiver. I can't do this. This isn't right. Damn it, Ruby Rose. What were you thinking? I close my eyes and scold myself for what I was about to do. Then as if on cue, I can hear the alarm clock begin to echo within the room. Well, now the temptation begun with Weiss being awake. I let out a relaxed sigh and open my eyes, seeing the soft crystal blue eyes staring at me in confusion, which quickly changed to anger. You dolts! What are you doing? I hear Weiss scream. At this point, I'm completely paralyzed in place. I hope Yang gets out of the bathroom soon. She may need to get me out of this. Okay, that was a pretty nice chapter. Alright, end author's note. Hope you guys enjoy the chapter. I know it's a little crappy with some design. First person was never my strongest suit when writing in this style. Tell me if you guys think I should keep going and I should stick to RWBY's point of view or switch it up here and there. Alright, that was kind of short in my opinion. So I'm actually going to keep going. I'm really sorry if I just like stop during the story just to say some things, or if I mess up on wording, because I know for sure that it's already like, okay, when I'm recording right now, it's 10:21 p.m. at night, And I'm not feeling sleepy, but I am starting to get a little bit of that, like, I don't know what to call it, like, I don't know, like sleepiness. I don't know what the fuck they call it. Anyways, yeah, but yeah, I'm trying my best. I do make mistakes. I'm human, remember? And yeah. So here is chapter 2, A Castle of Ice. This is in Weissschnee's POV, or point of view for those I don't know. Ugh, that bed would be the death of me if I stayed within the sanctuary in my mind. Shit! I messed up already. I can hear Ruby's threats of life and limb of a bed creak and sway over my head. I open one eye and gaze about. It is pitch black still, though I don't feel too tired, so it must be somewhere between 5 and 6 in the morning. Is she tossing and turning again? I bet it's that dream of her destroying a pack of Beowulfs again. My thoughts of a sleeping crimson-haired, scythe-wielding, silver-eyed girl are put to rest when I spot the dark figure dropping from the bed above and scowling out the room. I quickly close my eye almost completely, letting me see the figure without giving way to see my crystal blue eyes and thus maintain the illusion that I am fast asleep. Guess I'll take a walk. I can hear Team Ruby's leader speak. The shortest of the four grabs her set of keys and disappears out the room. Since when does Ruby Rambunctious Rose get up this early? My thoughts aside, I shimmy myself underneath the cover of my blanket and drift back into my dreamland, recalling the event of my first encounter with Beacon's very own Ruby Rose. What was that sound? I thought to myself prior to turning around to see some of my suitcases flying to an apex height and falling back to the ground. What are you doing? I looked down at a silver-eyed girl. She had a sweet face, slightly messy hair that agreed with the rest of her outfit in the commoner's sense of fashion. The black outfit with a sensible combat skirt, which was outlined with a lovely shade of dark red that matched the inside of my favorite white jacket, made me scoff that such a beautiful color could be ruined by the sloppy dressing of this woman. I don't think it was sloppy, it was pretty nice. The red cape hood combo did not improve my first impression of this clumsy stranger either. Sorry! I hear her shout almost instantly. I must admit, she appears to be sweet and somewhat naive. But she has no idea what could have happened if one of those cases burst open. I gave her my opinion of her klutziness very well. Oh yeah, I'm reading this word to word, so if it doesn't sound right, it was written down, so yeah. I will sometimes correct it, sometimes, but it won't be all the time, so yeah. Sorry? Do you have any idea of the damage you could have caused? I snapped at the small form below me. Those silver eyes break from my eyesight, and for the first time I am gazing at this girl for what she is. A nervous wreck trying to get herself through what appears to be her first day at Beacon Academy as well, but I could care less. I was brought up to make sure any who make a mistake in my sight will be told, and no, there will be no tolerance for the errors of the world-renowned... I don't know if it should be world-renowned, but yeah, I guess world-renowned will make sure. Shooting Dust Company. Is all I hear from her. Still on the floor while she reaches for one of the many scattered cases and holds it out to me. Really? Is she serious? Of all the absent-minded, empty-headed, clumsy girls I could bump into, I have the unfortunate luck to be stuck with her? My immediate response is to snatch the case from her, opening up to check its contents and take out a vial of red dust into my hand. I tell her what these are, her mouth still open in what I assume to be awe. She's never seen dust before? Has she been living under a rock? I shout to myself. I see her sighing and closing her eyes, only angering me more as I wave my hand, forgetting the red dust vial was in it. Are you even listening to me? I scream at her. I realized what was about to happen. I gazed out the corner of my eye and grasping the outline of the almost completely see-through cloud of red dust and the vial grasped firmly in my hand. You better not you. Achoo! Is the last thing I hear exit her lips prior to a small spark that spreads and advances towards me in milliseconds. I immediately toss the vial of red dust away in panic, not wanting it to take my entire arm with it, and also charge my aura to defend from the small blast radius, also closing my eyes to avoid the sharp spark and light from the fiery firework display of lightning and ice. Wait, why does your sink smell like cookies and untended to morning breath? Why does the dust explosion sound like an alarm clock? Ugh, she's come a long way since then, but she's still... I say to myself while opening my eyes and seeing the crimson fire centimeters from my face. I stare in complete and utter confusion. The lidded eyes soon open and a quick exchange of blue and silver commences. You dolts, what are you doing? I scream. Ruby's response being to stare at me just like she did on our first encounter, though this time she was the one with the height advantage. The black-haired crimson hair girl managed to stammer out, making a slow retreat from my bedside. Yes, my bedside. Why the hell was she so close? Why was she breathing on me? What is wrong with this girl? I screamed myself before sitting up, never taking my eyes off of Ruby. I can explain, Weiss. It's not what it looks like, I swear. Her words make me pause and picture the situation from a third person's perspective. I was sleeping and she was right above me with closed eyes. Seems like a scene from Sleeping Beauty. My eyes widened with the realization of what she was about to transpire. I reached down and brushed a hand over my chest. My nightgown was slightly wrinkled, but the spaghetti straps of it held up just high enough to cover the top of my relatively small bust. I clutched my head into a knuckle, leaving it above my left breast, but also a tad closer to my left shoulder. My heart was pounding, but why? My silence was nerve-wracking to her. Her stammers and attempts to form any sort of words all resulted in grotesque sounds that supersede that of a caveman. Start explaining now, I demanded her. For my image of the situation, there was only one thing that came to my mind of that action. But unfortunately, that can't be it. Yes, unfortunately. I have a crush on Ruby, my team leader. Isn't that a fucking coincidence? Sorry, guys. I'll continue. A girl that is 2 years younger than me and is the most talkative, annoying, naive, hyperactive, childish, combat-loving dolt. But there was one thing I could say that gave me a slight joy every time I scolded her. She was my dolt. Nobody else has called her that, and I took it on as a form of pet name for her to please the parts of my mind that wanted to confess my affections towards Ruby. Well, you see, what had happened was that, well, Ruby keeps her massive stutter streak alive, clearly fumbling to explain the odd situation. It doesn't take 3 hours to say what happened, dolt! There it is again, that adorable puppy face of hers, each time I call her a dolt. It's a guilty pleasure of mine to see that look, but nobody else needs to know that. I was just... And with that, a loud click at the bathroom door opens to the team's blonde brute entering the room with a wet, unattended mane, which was very out of character for Yang. Can't pull a simple prank for me without getting caught, eh, sis? Yang interrupts, that comment earning an angry quirk of a brow from me, directed right to the blonde brother. Yeah, sorry, Yang, Ruby whimpers out, keeping her gaze low from mine. And what is this master prank that you had to ask Ruby to do for you, Yang? You're very capable of making my life a living nightmare with your unimaginable one-track mind and lack of common decency and courtesy to me. Well, I had to go take a shower, and I wanted Ruby to grab your phone and bring it into the bathroom so I could switch out your SD card with a backup of mine with, well, let's say enough pictures that would put you in into a coma. It's my happy hour montage. You disgust me, Yang, I growled underneath my breath and quickly returned my gaze down to Ruby. And why would you even agree to assist your sister in such a deed? I thought I was your partner. Don't we work to watch each other's backs? I swear, Ruby Rose, if you tell me that you're a bribe, then I already know what the bribe is. Damn you and your obsession with cookies. If I am right, I will murder you. I gazed over Ruby's much more relaxed posture now that Yang was present. I looked up for a moment, spying the bathroom door closed and Blake missing from the bedside. She was always a sneaky opportunist. Well, Yang kind of blackmailed her. If she didn't help me, I was going to send a few pictures of Gene. That would make him turn as red as Peter's hair. Oh, I guess it was supposed to be John, but I guess it's Gene. I looked down to see Ruby red in the face. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on those pictures. Wait, what am I thinking? I shake my head, trying to smack away the upcoming thoughts of thesis of what I imagined those pictures to be. Too late. I closed my thighs together firmly and stand up with my fist clenched, holding a stern gaze between the two. Ruby, don't you ever attempt to assist your sister in her poor attempts at entertainment. You lead this team, not your sister. As for you, Yang Xiaolong, I expect you to not include your sister in your troubling activities. She has enough to deal with being related to you. Why, you know Ruby cuts in, and I'm in a stern, god damn it, in a stern, piercing gaze, and I managed to nearly get her to quiet herself in that instant. I was fixing to laugh. I was stumbling over words already. Something's up, and whatever it is, it seems Yang knows about it. I need to either get the information from Ruby while Yang is not around, or I could ask Blake. Either way, this will not be easy. I sigh, deciding I will play along with her lie for now. Look, once Blake gets out of the bathroom, I'll be going in next, and I'll take that as your apology for being misguided by your sister. The moment I mentioned Blake getting out of the bathroom, the two turned their heads to see the fonts in disguise was gone, and the door was shut and locked. Okay, Weiss, I'm sorry, Ruby squeezed out to me. Those soft silver eyes are shaking, clearly on the verge of tears, though I scolded Ruby much worse than that without her feeling this level of depression and defeat. Something is up, and I know very well what Yang said is a lie, and my own desires are far too outrageous to be true as well. So what is wrong with Ruby? Just forget about it, dolt. Whispered the last word while standing up. Damn, I should have just said dolt and whisper. The brushing flooded two sisters towards her now opening bathroom door and a tired Blake exiting with her school uniform on and slightly swelled eye bags. You look terrible, I say as I pass by Blake. My tone is harsh when I say those words, although I meant that for her to realize she needs some sleep soon. Well, your face is red and you need to have drier dreams. Oh shit! it! Okay. Okay, enough of my excitement. Blake couched in whispers so Ruby and Yank cannot hear. The comment makes my eyes go wide and rush quickly into the bathroom. Once inside, I can hear Yank complaining that her hair is still wet and asking Ruby to try it since I commandeered the restroom. I lift up my nightgown, look at the slight dark patch on my white and red lined underwear. Hey, I should get like I have like Tabasco sauce right now. I should just take a shot of it right now just so I I could get through this stuff. Ruby, why can't you read my mind, you dolt? I whisper and proceed to take a cold shower and get my mind focused on what will be happening today in Beacon. Oh, I actually did not read the beginning AN. You know what? I'm not reading the ANs. I mean, I would if it's something important, but that's it. How far in am I? I'm like 23 minutes in. Every chapter takes like 12 minutes, basically. Almost 12 minutes for this one. I'll keep going then. Chapter 3! Dude! Oh man, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm sorry, guys. Chapter 3, Sunflower on Ice. Oh, that sounds cool. This is in Yang's POV. Oh my god. And then the next one's gonna be in Blake's POV. If I'm right, I will slap myself in the face. Even though that's bad for something that you should be right about. I heard Ruby enter the room about 5 minutes ago. Thankfully, I was already out of the shower and working on getting dressed in case someone needed to use the bathroom. I take forever to dry my hair, but hey, I'm not as inconsiderate as Weiss believes me to be. I just love to bother the snow errors. After getting my yellow jogging shorts on and tying the black strings as I would do my shoelaces, I giggle. No matter how many times I do the whole bunny ear knot, I can't help but think of Blake's ears instead. You dolts, what are you doing? I can hear my scream from within the other side of the door. This is like the third fucking time I did that already. Great. Here I thought it would be a nice peaceful morning and Weiss is already at my sister's neck. What did Ruby do that Weiss had to make such a big deal out of? I sigh and lean against the wall next to the door to listen to what is going on. I can hear Ruby starting, but with Weiss yelling at her, I'm not surprised. If Weiss doesn't calm down now, I will melt her with one punch. I don't need Ember Celica when I could just burn her with a touch. I love being a walking heater. It's awesome. Well, you see, what happened was that, well, I can hear my sister stammer. I should just get like the audio clips of myself just doing that earlier and just put it down, but that'd be too stupid. What did she do? Why can't she say it? Wait, if Ruby can't explain, the only thing Rubes wouldn't be able to explain to Weiss is that she has a thing for her. And that means I was just brushing like my chin with my hand in thought. And does it take 3 hours to say what happened, dolts? Weiss screams at Ruby. As if on cue, I exit the bathroom door. Just in time to save my sister's hide from more of Weiss's bad cop interrogation method. Weiss has a bad cop interrogation method? Awesome. Can't pull a simple prank from me without getting caught, eh, sis? Damn, I'm so smooth. Who needs books when you can crush heads with bare fists, crush hearts with awesome looks, and think of excuses on the fly for any situation? This gal right here, that's who. But first, let me get Ruby out of this. Grossing out, Weiss should do the trick. Weiss is prodding further in my supposed prank. I need to think of something fast. Oh, that's perfect! Well, I had to go take a shower, and I wanted Ruby to grab your phone and bring it into the bathroom so I could switch out your SD card with a backup of mine with, well, let's say enough pictures that will put you in a coma. It's my happy hour montage. Oddly enough, I do have a happy hour montage on my phone, but those pictures never go out to anyone. I spent my share of months gathering a few pictures I would never trade for the world, but Weiss would expect me to have such a collection and doesn't care. Ruby thinks I'm just bailing her out of a situation, so this plays off too perfectly in Team Sunflower's favor. After my mental patting of my own back, I continue to listen in on the conversation between Ruby and Weiss, needing to bail Ruby out of another cookie bribe excuse since she's used it far too many times in the past, and instead go with an excuse claiming I blackmailed her instead. Weiss seems to bite on it, and after calming in the room, goes into the bathroom after Blake, who I didn't even know went in there until Weiss pointing it out, exits. Ugh, my hair is soaked. Rubes, get my hair dryer from my drawer and dry it up, please. Ice Queen stole a bathroom from me, I say pretty loud, trying to sound a little dramatic but not overdo it. As Ruby got my hair dry and plugs it. As Ruby gets my hair dry and plugs it in, I give a look over to Blake, who seems really unamused and fatigued. She needs a catnap and a half. Heh, catnap. No. And the catnip, really? Catnap. I love puns. With the sound of my superpowered hairdryer, I tug Ruby more towards my side so I could talk with her. Ruby, you're going to need to tell Weiss like you like her sooner or later, and I'm not going to always be there to cover for you, you know? Ruby lets out a defeated sigh and nods to her head. That puppy dog look of hers always reminds me that no matter how badass of a grim killer she is still my sister who doesn't want to be the bee's knees, but a normal girl with normal knees. I just love how the author like puts in like quotes from like the show. I mean, of course you would. It's always a good idea too. Continuing. Ruby lets out a defeated sigh and nods her head. That puppy dog fuck! Man, I don't know. I'm gonna make a montage later, like after a long time of doing this. It's just me fucking up so badly. This is my first fuck up. I know, Yang, but what if she doesn't like me? What if she's straight, or even worse, she's homophobic? Oh my god, I don't know what homophobic is. Holy shit. If Weiss starts looking at me like she does with the white fang, I don't think I'll survive. Ruby's tone drops, though somehow she still keeps a steady hand with the hairdryer, moving it along at an even pace. She was always too kind for her own good, putting us ahead of herself in nearly every aspect. Look, Weiss will be treating you differently, I promise. I don't want you threatening her, Yang. I don't need a repeat of my sophomore year at Signal. Do you really need to bring that up, Ruby? Seriously? Hey, he was asking for it. Everybody wanted to knock his teeth out for being a jerk to you. I just happened to be the only one who wasn't scared of the twerp. I nod my head in triumph. I'm such a good sister. Yang. I can hear a lack of amusement in my sister's voice. You blindsided him with a right cross and sent him flying into the varsity football team, who then beat him up for not watching where he was going. And don't forget the fact that he was 2 years younger than you as well. He was in my grade. Details. I'm totally the best sister ever. Man, classic Yang. If you say so, Rubes. Anyway, you need to tell her soon. I'm getting tired of bailing you out, and Blake's lack of sleep makes her an easy interrogation target for Weiss. So either you tell Ice Cream or one of us will, and knowing why she would rather hear it from her partner instead of having to go snooping about and find it in her own time. Ugh, fine, give me a month, a week, 2 weeks, a day, no, a week, 10 days. Weiss, Ruby has something she wants. Okay, a week it is, Ruby says with an audible puff of her cheeks. A day was not in that, guys. I just said that on accident. Good. 7 days from now, you won't have Big Sis covering up for you anymore. And if Weiss questions me after that time, I will gladly answer. I grin. It is always so easy to get my way when it comes to Ruby. I know exactly which buttons to push. I mean, I will push the, like, stop recording button because I fucked up so much. But, you know, I gotta keep going. Keep moving forward, Monty says. I also rip Monty, guys. Fine, but if I become miserable and crawl under Blake's bed to die, it's on you. Deal. Ruby and I spend the rest of the time talking about the schedule for the day. With my hair mostly dried, I take the hairdryer and decide the rest is easy for me to do myself. Weiss came out the shower a few minutes ago and is already in her uniform and ready to go, as is Blake. And to gain the rest of my hair dried up, I changed from my band shirt and jogging shorts into the school's uniform. White shirt, tan vest, brown jacket, and a red plaid shirt that stopped about half to 2/3 away down my thigh. Though since we're allowed to customize our uniforms, I always put on 2 yellow bracelets on my wrist to hold the cuffs of the shirt and vest in place, making them look like a super lightweight version of my Emperor Celica in their hidden form. After I'm pretty much dressed and ready to go, I see Ruby darting out of the bathroom with an undershirt and a pair of leggings on. She refuses to wear stockings like me and Blake, so she goes with leggings, a short pair of socks, and then her combat boots. Leave it to my sister to think up such a weird combination, but it works for her, so I can't say anything. Alright, well, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get some breakfast. Blake, coming with? I say with a smile. Blake didn't seem too interested in standing around watching Ruby zip around the room getting dressed. Sure, she answers. Always the one to be short, sweet, and straight to the point. Come on, Ruby. Your talents may be speed, but you excel at wasting time. Weiss snaps, deciding to wait for her partner to dress. I barely realized what the he was quoting the about what Weiss said back in the initiation episode. So I had to, you know, be in the almost same. I had to say it almost in the same way. So yeah. I leave the room with Blake, relieving Ruby trying to hurry and dress, and Weiss rushing the youngling of the team. Weiss isn't stupid, Yang. You know she will find out the truth one way or another. God damn, I want to get into like a Blondie reference. One way or another. I hear Blake whisper after we get a few doors down from the room. Yeah, I know. I gave Ruby a week. After that, I won't be covering for her anymore. Let's see what happens. I'm guessing that I'm predicting already. I'm guessing that Weiss is gonna find out in this day, like on the day they're on. Only a week? Blake asked with a shake of her head. You're asking for the impossible to be done. How long did it take Ruby to realize she liked Weiss in the first place, or even gather up courage to tell me? Don't remind me. She told you first, and not her own flesh and blood. I sigh. My eyes must have flashed red because Blake gave my shoulder a quick tap, which became an unspoken gesture between me and Blake to calm down and relax. Well, I suppose, and I don't blabber or tease her about these things. Maybe you should listen to me and take lessons on how to get people to confide in you. Blake and her attempts to de-yankify me. Teasing Ruby is my job as an older sister, and it's the best job there is. Although I will admit, the pay sucks. You don't get paid for anything except for awesomeness from your sister, gang. Nah, I just want Ruby to confide in me. She's my sister after all. I don't want half a beacon's secrets I'll overload. We're almost at the cafeteria, peeking in through one of the tall windows. I can see Teen Juniper lounging about. Nora is tossing grapes in the air and catching them in her mouth. Typical. Ren was half asleep though, paying attention to Nora's actions. I have no idea how he does it, honestly. John and Piero are sitting at the very edge of the table having a nice conversation. Though with John's weird arm movements, I'm guessing it's about his fighting form. Oh, didn't want to bother you with a silly thought. But was it smart of you to leave Ruby with the person who wants to interrogate her for answers on why she was about to kiss her while she was sleeping? My head turns immediately. This time I know my eyes are red and I can feel my body radiating a decent amount of heat. Ruby was about to what while Weiss was sleeping? Kiss, answered Blake with a slight point in her voice. Oh, I should reword that. I should say that again. Kiss. Even with me clearly angry, she is the one to just shrug it off like it's an everyday thing. Actually, coming to think of it, me being angry is an everything thing. So you were up when it happened? I've grown used to insufferable snoring when I don't hear it. I'm grown used to insufferable snoring. And when I don't hear it, everything is too quiet. Blake shrugged. We're now at the door to the cafeteria, but neither of us went in since holding this conversation in front of Team Juniper ended rumors among all our friends in seconds. Well, really, it was only Nora who was the super loudmouth, but that crazy girl hears everything. Well, it's nice to know my snoring keeps you fast asleep. I can't help Ruby almost kissed Weiss. You saw it all? I asked, with clear disbelief in my voice. Yep, from my view, I thought she had, but with Weiss's reaction, it didn't happen. Ruby was kneeling beside and pretty much looming over Weiss. Ruby probably started daydreaming and followed temptations. Blake has a point, but that word temptation doesn't sit well with me. At least when I think of myself. Temptation for me led to drinks, dating a different guy every week and taking on underground fight clubs. But Ruby is nothing like me. At least I hope not when it comes to those things. I can't believe she tried to kiss Weiss. Is Ruby asking for a death wish? That would be the absolute worst way for Weiss to find out how Ruby feels, I say, bouncing from normal to high volume. I mean, seriously, if I wasn't there to help Ruby earlier, then she would have been done for. Weiss could interrogate Ruby at any time. That is what I was saying earlier. Blonde for brains, Blake said, that slightly amused little smirk of hers. Shit, shit, shit! I need to get back there now! I screamed before taking off back to the dorm at a full sprint. I'll save you a seat! Blake responds just as I dart away. She really pushes my buttons with her sarcasm at the worst times of the day. Why couldn't she straight up say to me, oh, you should go back to the room. Weiss will interrogate Ruby if you do not. Okay, quickest way back. Past the fountain, up staircase B, and around Velvet's room. Got it, I say in my mind, mapping out the area before pushing myself to a 5th gear. Running past the fountain into the long hallway of the dorm, I look at each room door as I pass by. Spying one without a card scanner, immediately pulled my key right up to my neck, balling it into a fist and shoulder charge right through the door with an echoing thud. Echoing thud. Thug. I'm guessing that the author forgot to put key when it said and immediately pulled my right up to my neck, because that doesn't make any sense. It was supposed to be key. I think key was supposed to be in that. Almost there, Rubes. Just hold on, I scream, running up 3 flights of stairs to the 4th floor. Turning left after yanking the door open and probably loosening the hinges, I spot the oncoming intersection, noting a small sign on one of the doors of the corner of the hall, indicating it is Velvet's room. Okay, turn here. I'm going way too fast for that. I realized just as I'm coming up to the corner, I turned down a new hallway as best as I could, needing to jump in the air and kick off the wall to keep my momentum. It's a straight away from here to the door. As a matter of fact, it's still open. That's a good sign, at least. I slow down to a jog, then a fast walking pace. When I reach the door, I peek inside to make sure everything is okay before I make an embarrassing entrance, as well as think of an excuse to why I came back. Get off of me! Why is it hurting me? I hear my sister yell. I peek my head further into the room, looking around the edge of the door to see Ruby pinned to the floor with Weiss on top. Weiss was on top of Ruby. One hand on the floor, the other on Ruby. Oh! I would make it a cliffhanger, but no, I'm not an asshole. My eyes open wide, seeing how close their heads were. I mean, they aren't close, but close enough to make my blood boil. I grip my teeth and push the door as hard as I can, saying and swinging to the wall and gathering the attention of my sister and Weiss, the apparent seductress. What the hell is going on here? I asked, stepping towards the two. I can see Weiss lowering against Ruby, taunting with how close she is to my sister. Oh, she's begging to die today. Yang, I can explain. I swear, Weiss screams when I reach arm's distance. I reach down, grabbing the heiress by the back of the collar and tugging her off my sister, my innocent little sister. Yang, it's not what it looks like. I swear, she screams. Though apparently the last time that was said, it was exactly what it looked like, and I played accomplice in getting the liar out of trouble. That's what they all say, I scream, letting go of the back of Weiss's collar and grabbing the front before pushing the frightened, fragile female against the wall. I can see the reflecting of my flaming aura in her blue eyes, followed by several streaks of tears when I wind up my right hand for one of my famous right crosses. I flex my hand and clench it into a tight knuckle, each of my fingers letting out a loud crack as I clench each one in a swift order. I can't pop my knuckles. I was gonna crack my knuckles to make like a sound effect, but I guess I can't do that. Going from pinky to my index finger. Yang, don't! Nothing happened! I swear! The calm mirror of the heiress is gone, and it should be. I flare my aura, making the room heat up for my presence. Just as I begin to bring my arm down, I feel a firm hold on my bicep and another grip on my hair. Who in their right mind is touching my hair? My sanity at this point is gone, and out of instinct, I let go of it. I swing my now free left hand to hook her over, thought it was smart enough to lay their hands on my yellow locks. My fist travels faster than my eyes, and I soon regret having the habit of swinging fists and asking questions later, because within the next second, I could see Ruby flying across the room and slamming into a wall with an echoing thug. Oh. Oh, shit. Okay. Continuing. I'm freaked out, man. Sis? I didn't. I thought. I stare in shock as Ruby's body remains against the wall, clinging to the hard surface before letting her go to collapse on the floor. Ruby! I hear a faint voice. It must be Weiss. She's right behind me, but I can't think straight. I just punched my sister. Not just punched, but I knocked my sister out with close to the same amount of power I hit Junior during my first visit to his club. I horsed around with Ruby all the time, but I would never hit her with my full force. I could kill her. I could kill Ruby. I could have killed Ruby. Did I kill Ruby? Oh my god, is my sister alive? I quickly darted over towards the little crimson warrior, whose head was now on Weiss's lap. I could see her small chest moving with swift and short motions. The right side of her face swelled partially in thin burns, making out several odd ovular shapes, which I quickly realized as they outlined my knuckles. Rubes, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, I was about to just say the AM, but okay. Okay, 41 minutes in. I feel like, you know what? That'll be a good time to stop. Yeah. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this long first episode. I mean, okay, just to tell you guys about how these videos are. I'm gonna, yeah, of course it'll be commentary and everything. I'll have like fan art up, and I'll have like some art up. I won't maybe eventually I'll get to the point where I'm just gonna do face cam and stuff like that, so you can see my reactions. But no, sorry about that. I'm just gonna do voice recording for now on. For now until that, and I'm gonna put like music in the background. I actually did not listen to music during my recording, which is strange. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry for all those mistakes, stuttering, and off-topic thoughts. I don't know, my talking aloud. I'm sorry about that. It happens, but if you guys actually like that, I'm gonna keep doing that because that's actually how I am when I read. So yeah. Anyways, this is my first time ever reading aloud to an actual audience, so I hope I did some good. If I didn't, I'll try my best in the next episode. but I won't keep any promises. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Until then, stay classy. If you guys don't know what that came from, that's actually my signature, like, I'm signing off, quote unquote, kind of things. So, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I did hear about what happened to Monty, and I'm trying not to think about that. Since I said that, I'm sorry for those that are trying not to think about it. So, yeah. Stay classy.